Good morning, everyone. The last 2 weeks we've been talking about some creatures, animals that live in the ocean. And so today we're going to talk about another sea creature that's probably one of the cutest ones around, and that's a sea otter. We don't have sea otters over here on the Atlantic coast. We have river otters, but sea otters are all up and down along the west coast, along California and Oregon and Washington. And they're very, very cute. And so I'm going to read you a story today called Otter on His Own, and the story of a sea otter. And we'll see that while they look similar to the river otters, they are their own creature. So let's find out what happens to this little baby sea otter and how do they live in that big ocean? This is Otter on His Own, the story of a sea otter by Doe Boyle. And this is from the Smithsonian Oceanic Collection. In a sheltered cove at the edge of the great Pacific Ocean, sea otter pup and his mother lie cradled in the golden brown bed of giant kelp. That's a type of a seaweed. The foghorn echoes from the rocky point as the morning mist rises. Like a woolly ball, pup rests on his mother's chest. He is 2 hours old, and today is his first day on the sea. The sunshine of late winter warms the rocky California coast, but the water is cold. Sea otter pup's loose fur protects from him like cozy pajamas, and mother keeps his fur clean and dry, rubbing it between her forepaws and blowing warm air into it with her mouth and her nose. Mother is hungry. She plucks pup from her belly and plops him on the surface of the sea, and she drapes a smooth ribbon of kelp across his belly to anchor him. Pup bobs up and down on the waves like a cork, and then mother dives below to forage for her dinner. Pup shrieks for his missing mother, and he hears only the sounds of the other pups and their mothers in the cove. What she does this for is the sea kelp is very long, and it grows from the bottom of the sea. So it's a long plant that comes up and sways with the water. And by wrapping the pup up in the sea kelp, that keeps him right there. He can't float in and out with the current of the ocean. So he'll be right here, nice and safe for when Mom comes back with her food. Here she comes, up again. Up pops mother, and she coos. She coos at the pup, and she props him up on her belly. Pup watches curiously as mother pulls the soft meat from a sea urchin that she has found in the forest of kelp. When she is done, she rolls and tumbles in the water to clean her fur. Pup tries to tumble with her, but he is too young. He scolds his twirling mom with a pursing wail, and she comes to play with him in the waves. For several months, Pup shares his mother's food. Mother breaks the hard shells of clams, abalone, and urchins on rocks that she finds on the ocean floor. Quack! Quack! The sound of her pounding carries above the cries of the hovering seagulls who wait to steal fallen morsels. It's little pieces of food that they might miss. Right here, she's got a clam in her hand. And see, here's the kelp growing up from the bottom. And this is the bottom of the ocean. And we see some of the other sea creatures. By springtime, Otter Pup is sleek and strong. He can swim and somersault like his mother. He is eager to search the world beneath the waves for his own dinner. It is time for his first dive. With a great whoosh of bubbles, Pup rolls forward and pushes downward with his webbed hind feet. Pup has not pushed hard enough, and he grabs a frond of the kelp to keep him down to the sandy bottom. Snails and mussels and darting fishes are everywhere, and crabs and limpets and sea stars, all for the choosing. Even small octopuses can hide in rusting cans caught among the rocks. Mother dives for her dinner too, and watching her, Pup tucks snails and clams into the loose folds of skin under his forelegs. Grabbing urchins, that's what they have here, they're very spiky looking. Grabbing urchins in their forepaws, Mother and Pup swim to the top of the kelp to enjoy their feast. And here they are. They cracked open the sea urchin. And this part right in here is the actual sea urchin, and that's the meat that they're going to eat. Floating on his back, Pup spreads his dinner on his belly and tears at an urchin. He snorts and he sniffs and is plucking the snail treasure from his pocket. Sometimes he picks out pebbles that he has taken by mistake. So they have a special little fold in their skin that's like a pocket, like in your pocket in your pants, and that's where they put their food as they're swimming around. Throughout the warm days of spring, Otter Pup perfects his hunting and diving. He learns to pry the stubborn abalone from the rocks below, and after each dive and every meal, he grooms himself carefully. Bits of food or oil from the huge ships that pass offshore can mat his thick fur, and he keeps each hair spotlessly clean. If their hair gets dirty and slick from oil from ships, then they're not water repellent anymore, and they can get very, very sick. One afternoon, Pup's mother leaves the cove to look for squid. Pup is curious. Following her beyond the rocky point, Pup feels the powerful breath of the ocean on his whiskers, and under the choppy swells, Pup hears new sounds. The chirps and the whistles of dolphins, and the whirl and the thunder of boats. He cannot see or hear his mother. Pup calls, but Mother does not answer. When he spots her among the waves, it is too late. A silent creature streaks by him. A great white shark hurls Pup's mother high in the sky and with the salty spray and a tremendous shake. And screaming, she slams down into the water and disappears. Pup cries and frantically searches the water for his mother. Suddenly, Pup feels a rough tug at his forepaw, and frightened, he whirls about, but the vicious shark is gone, searching for a tastier prey. Mother is at his side, pushing him toward the safety of the kelp, and they race forward until the gentle kelp encircles them. Tonight, there will be no diving. Rocking side by side, mother and pup sleep. At dawn, the cove is foggy and quiet, except for the bellow of the foghorn. Pup's bruised mother feeds lazily on the snails in the kelp canopy, while Pup dives alone for the sweet pink flesh of the abalone. And the lighthouse has a special horn that they call the foghorn, which is very loud, and it lets boats know how close they are to the shore so they don't crash. By summer's end, Otter Pup is almost fully grown. The world beyond the cove is full of danger, but Otter is filled with a new curiosity and restlessness. One morning, Otter leaves his mother. Out past the rocky point, out past the foghorn, he swims. Today is Otter's first day on his own. He's all grown up and ready to be a big otter. So that's how a baby otter is fully grown in less than 1 year. And the sea kelp helps them. At nighttime, they also wrap in the sea kelp so they don't drift in and out with the water current. So, sea otters, aren't they cute?